Hello and welcome back to Paul's Racing Channel and to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by W Energy Drinks, drinks for gamers, and EAC Eldridge Air Conditioning. So race 2 from round 4 of our Sunday Championship here in League 2. We're at the Redbull Ring, Austria, and well, can't say I didn't warn you, the rain has arrived. We were expecting it, we were hoping it weren't going to land over here, but it has come with a bit of a vengeance, and yes, pretty wet indeed. So this has been declared a wet race, although I believe a lot of the guys, or I believe it can actually be an intermediate in terms of compound, an intermediate race. So what it does mean is we don't have to have a stop here. We can just, because it's wet, we don't need to worry about changing tyres like we would normally. So in race 2, so all the way through on whatever compound they've got, as long as it's a wet or an intermediate, and we'll be fine. And well, let's take you through the grid now then, shall we? So Kebabman in pole position, Captain Slow in second, Benzo in third, Big Mac in fourth, Pablo in fifth, Jabber in sixth, Brian the Mechanic in seventh. So he has a better race for himself this time. Bloomfield in eighth, Conrad in ninth, Brian Moncani in 10th, Brownie in 11th, Cherry Bomb in 12th, and Motorstorm Hero in 13th. Right, let's go. This is only a 16 lapper actually, so one less lap here because of the weather. As we come up now through past, towards I should say, turn 1, so it's all a little bit careful through here, lads. Looks like everyone's got through okay, although it's not the entrance, is it? It's normally the exits that's the problem through there, but actually we think everyone's got through there nicely. As Motorstorm Hero already taken 2 spots pretty much from the rear of the pack. He's just fighting with Cherry Bomb now. I think he just grabbed 11th. And go around the outside. Cherry Bomb will try and make it half him, and there's our first victim there. I think that's Jabber, is it? Yeah, well, he's not going to be the last one to do that. In 5th here as well. It's a little bit too much in there, and it's almost a repeat of what he done in race 1. In almost the same place as well. So, as I say, he's not going to be the last one to do that in this race. Now, can he get it started? He can. Back to 13th he goes. Bad man then. Still leading from Captain Slow. From the Big Mac was up to 3rd. Benzo challenging him though. He's up to 3rd is the Big Mac. Keeps that from Benzo in 4th. Brian the Mechanic in 5th. Conrad in 6th. So it's Matt already. Conrad's got further than he got in race 1, which is good for him. It wasn't hard, was it? He might as well have stayed in the pit lane. Distance he went before he made a mistake, but did well in the end, didn't he? As we see these Brian Mechanic and having a battle. Benzo up the inside he goes, and Conrad having a dive through as well. Up the inside of Benzo, good move. And he used Benzo as a bit of a all runner there, but he works and it's fine. So up to 5th he goes. Benzo back to 6th. Then we've got Bloomfield under pressure from Brian Mechanic. To turn 1, Brian's going to have a shot up here. Oh, you've got to be careful. Does get it done? No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Back to 7th, or in 7th still. I see another 2 cars in the background, or one of them off. So at least who is that? That is Conrad. Oh, just as I was saying about it, that you've got. There you go. He's left it to one more lap, I suppose, before he's made exactly the same mistake. And he gets it going. Or does he? No, he fancies doing a couple of donuts before he gets it going, and he gets it going now. But I think he'll be dropping back to 13th as Jabber goes by. So Conrad then, he's not best pleased with that corner tonight, is he? That man, no. That black and red. Actually, no. Between that is the fence. Oh, it's the West, isn't it? Yeah, just can't see it. It's very dark, but it's the West team. So that is Conrad's teammate, actually. So it's a slightly different livery, but still the West livery. There you go. First, Captain Slow still in second. Brian Mechanic still in third. Angry Brian Mechanic. He'll be concentrating on this one, won't he? Actually, let's go through entire, shall we? So we've got intermediates for Kebab Man. Captain Slow enters. Brian Mechanic enters. Big Mac in fourth on inters. Carney also enters in fifth. Benzo on enters in sixth. Cherry Bomb also. So we see this battle as Motor Storm and Cherry Bomb and Brownie all fine out. These are the three that finished in the top three in race one, wasn't it? So enters for Cherry Bomb. Bloomfield goes up past Cherry Bomb actually, so he's on enters as well. So we just watch this battle. So back to 10th goes Cherry Bomb. Rod enters. Jabber enters. Pablo actually is the only one who's on wets and he's in 13th place, so he didn't want to risk the enters, but maybe should have took a bit of a chance there. Everyone else was on them, but he might feel more comfortable in wets, who knows. Brian Mechanic with their fastest lap, 1:35.6. To be fair, does look like he's got a little bit of pace there in third place. That's difficult to say when it's as what it has been around Europe, everywhere else around Europe at the moment. Absolutely lashing down here in the mountains of Austria. Now for this kind of weather here. It's best in race one to brighten up. It probably did for 10 minutes, and then that was it. Get spat on by God, and old rain comes down. We are now. I've got a feeling it's going to be with us right the way from start to finish here, or right the way through this race. Anyway, let's get back to this race, and Brian Moncarney in fourth, and it's very close here, the top four between Kebab Man, Captain Slow, Brian Mechanic and Brian, and actually Brian has just knocked out that fastest lap now, 1:35, well he hasn't, because Motor Storm's just beaten him, still a 1:35, but 1:35.3 for Motor Storm Hero, so he's coming through in fifth place. He wants to join this little group ahead of him. So Brian Moncarney did temporarily get the fastest lap for about a second, and then it was beaten by Motor Storm Hero. Cherry Bomb in sixth, Renzo seventh, Bloomfield in eighth. So careful through this right-hander. Big Mac throw in ninth. It's tough enough in the dry. It's wet as well, put that in the mix. Very difficult indeed. It's Conrad and Pablo are in their own little battle there. Brownie back to 13th, so he's had something somewhere, hasn't he? Which I've missed. Can't see, there's a little bit of scuffing at the front there, so maybe he has gone off somewhere. Missed the incident, but his 13th place, had a good third as well. He was really fighting hard in race one, but might be it for this race, although we're only 4 laps in, so over till it's over. This battle doing up front, because it was pretty close, wasn't it? Well, Kebab Man's still there in first, Captain Slow's still there, Brian's up to third now, he's taken Brian the Mechanic, so I wonder where that was. Let's see if I caught it, if I can catch it. Might have been too far back. Yeah, looks like it's a bit too far back. I think I've missed it. Yeah, I have. So it's back to where we were then. So Brian did make that move anyway. Brian Moncarney up to third. Brian the Mechanic back to fourth. Oh, and again, who was that? Someone just knocked out the fastest lap, and then it was beaten by Brian Moncarney, and it was beaten again by Motor Storm. So there was about 3 changes of the fastest lap there in the space of 2 or 3 seconds. Motor Storm Hero was obviously on the charge, and said he wanted to get into this group, and he's into it now because he's right on the back of this lot, as we see Kebab Man being hassled up front by Captain Slow, and he's going around the outside, and I think Captain Slow might well get this lead. He's got it by about a headlight at the moment, but no, Kebab Man gets it back. Now we've got 5 angry cars battling for this top spot, as Captain Slow still on the outside. Kebab Man's not letting him have it. As he Stays on the inside, Captain Slow a little bit slower down there. It means Brian Moncani's going to take him up the inside, and he does. So now Brian's made another place up to second place now. Brian Moncani. Oh, and he tries to go up the inside of Kebab Man. There was a little bit there, but now Captain Slow gets it back off of Brian. Great move from Captain Slow. Let's have a look. So there's a little bit going on there, weren't there? Brian Moncani tried to go up the inside of Kebab Man now. A little bit of a moment. Captain Slow then see the opportunity down the inside here. His left hand got that done, and good move that was, as Motorstorm Hero also attacking Brian the Mechanic, but then Motorstorm Hero's lost it. Just pushing a little bit too hard. The cherry bomb goes through. Let's have a look. So Motorstorm Hero goes up down the inside of Brian at this point, or at least he's trying to have a look down inside of Brian Mechanic. Kind of gets it done. And then as they come round here through the S's, and that back end goes round, and he's out there to the left, and Cherry Bomb just flies by. So now Benzo, as Motorstorm tries to get back up to speed. They've got Benzo and Bloomfield for company now, and actually Benzo's going to take Motorstorm as well, as Benzo goes up the inside, and it's back to 7th for Motorstorm. So one little mistake cost you a lot, but Motorstorm's going to surely get that back at turn 1. Bloomfield just sitting there as well. Motorstorm through up to 6th place, and he does get that position back. So Benzo 7th, Bloomfield in 8th. So actually the battles here are, I was expecting it quite to be quite as chaotic at this in these conditions, but clearly these boys right about that, as we see a new leader in Brian Moncani. Now let's see if I got it this time. Yes, I do. It's up here at turn 3. Just round the outside of everybody. Brian Moncani gets it. Does he get it stopped? Almost didn't. And then Brian the Mechanic all sort of closed up a little bit, didn't it? Everyone's sort of trying to get the traction going, but Brian the Mechanic actually does get that lead. So he did get it done. The inside of Brian up at turn 3, and now it's a battle between the Bryans up the top, and it's all still very close. Captain Slow now still there in 2nd. Moncani's getting beaten up a little bit. Back to 3rd. He'll get that 2nd back off of Captain Slow. I'd imagine he's on the inside now. It's an easy round there, boys. Bad man, I like the way he's just staying out the back of this, thinking I'm not having any of this. Let them crash and I'll go by then. It's Captain Slow for 2nd penalty. Will be taken up now. I would imagine will allow Bad Man to close up. Cherry Bomb also is not far behind in 5th. As I pointed out at the start, should be able to go all the way through here with tyres. Would normally have a change, but because of the weather conditions and the shortened race, no change is necessary or mandatory here, just all the way through. Brian the Mechanic, drift style round turn 1. He's pulling away, and he does mean business isn't into one after race 1. He's thinking, there's no way I'm having another mare. Do you want to win this race, you're going to have to come through me. Bright Mechanic gets the traction down, pulls away from Brian Moncani in 2nd. And that Marlborough car, let's go on board with Brian Moncani. We see Bright Mechanic in front. This is what he's like, folks, here in Austria in the rain, and Brian the Mechanic's lost it. So let's go with Brian the Mechanic and see what happened. Let's just go back a second and see. He's probably pushing just a little bit too hard, knowing that he's out front, and the back end's just going to come round, isn't it? Unbelievably tricky, aren't they, these cars? Slightest little dab of power, back end just loves to come round on you, and he might lose that 2nd, and he does to Captain Slow. Captain Slow having a great race here, isn't he? Perhaps he really fancies it in the rain. That does mean, of course, that Brian Moncani has now taken up that lead. Well, we want to see what it's like. I was on board with Brian Moncani, but now he's a little bit ahead now of Captain Slow and Brian the Mechanic. So let's go on board with Brian the Mechanic instead and see what it's this. I just want to see what it's like to be behind a car in these conditions. I'm not trying to chase down the leaders to turn one now. Revs it out in second. Got to be careful. And that's a big moment from Brian there. Nearly lost it again. That's how dicey it is out there. Halfway through this race now. Lap 8 to turn 3, and this tricky hairpin again. Got this gear, got this bit of power. Up to second. Just to get the traction. Third, fourth. Better from Brian Mechanic now. That's slow. Looks like he's going with Brian McCartney though, and Brian Mechanic's almost done it again. He doesn't like that corner, does he? Little twitch-a-thon through there. Wow. I really don't envy these boys in this machine. I know it's wet, but it's like this in the dry as well. Maybe not quite as violently, but it's a right handful, this car, I can tell you. So anyway, that's what it's like in the rain here in Austria when you're trying to chase down the leaders. He's doing a good job of it at the moment. He's Brian the Mechanic, albeit a couple of times sideways, but he's having a look at Captain Slow now, and behind them got Motorstorm. Having a look at Cherry Bomb. Well, Brian the Mechanic didn't get that done. How about here? Storm Hero gets another fastest lap though, 1:33.7 now. So still in 5th. He was in 5th when he made that last mistake. See if he can get round without making any more mistakes. So looking for that double victory. So we'll see Brian the Mechanic with half a second penalty. Still behind Captain Slow in 3rd. Oh, and the commentator's curse strikes again. Just see on the eye line now. So here we go, in 5th place again. The Storm Hero, the back's going to come round. It's on that wet curbing. Thankfully though, he does the full spin and just faces the same way, but of course that hard work, he's got to do it again, and that's twice now that he's been in 5th place and made a little mistake. The conditions, and is now under pressure from the bad man. Each time Cherry Bomb's he's wiping his brow in front. You can see him Motorstorm right up his rear end, and then suddenly he drops back. Cherry Bomb is in 4th, is now attacking Brian the Mechanic in 3rd. Mechanic has spent more time going sideways in this race than he has forward, isn't he? But from the play to him, is still 3rd. Brian Mulcahy and Captain Slow though, 2nd and 1st and 2nd. 10 laps in now. So into the second part of this 16 lapper. What we got now with Cherry Bomb? Is he gonna take Brian the Mechanic? Or what he is going to do is knock out a faster sector by 10th and a half, and that's a bad exit from Brian the Mechanic, and this could be Cherry Bomb's opportunity to get past. Brian the Mechanic will obviously stay to the right hand side all the way down here, trying to defend. Cherry Bomb looks like he's got that momentum. He does cover, but can he get the switch back? And we know Brian the Mechanic struggles around this corner. He managed to just about hang on that time. Worse when you've got someone behind you like that as well, who's trying to keep the car from spinning, and you're also trying to defend. And now Captain Slow from 2nd has gone. Oh, and that wasn't. Oh. So every time it looks like our leaders have settled down, something else happens, and Captain Slow's been having a great race. Wasn't there, was it? He grabbed a bit of grass, but weren't there, and it just again, it's just on the turning on this car, and he just ends up in the glass, but he's going to go all the way back to 6th place here from 2nd. So he's really had a real good race as Captain Slow up to that point. Really doesn't take a lot, does it, to end up off track. That's Cherry Bomb still attacking, and Motorstorm, where's he going? I thought he was going to pit lane then, he went across, and I think he had a bit of a moment. He's up to 4th, courtesy of Captain Slow's off. Batman up to 5th as well because of that, but battle is with Cherry Bomb and Bry, isn't it, up here at 2nd and 3rd spot place. This is going to go on, I think, till the end. So let's run through this field anyway, because we're in a lot of coverage of all the else, have we really? So Brian Moncani pulling away here nicely out in front, and not going to say too much, of course. In 1st place, Brian the Mechanic in 2nd, half-second penalty, but very closely followed by Cherry Bomb. He will take that 2nd for the other Brian Mechanic because he's got that penalty, and Motorstorm Hero, yet again, I've never seen him make so many mistakes around here, and that's up turn 3, and he's going to lose it and go all the way back to 6th place here, and might possibly even lose 7th if Bloomfield has a good exit there, but back to 6th he goes. So let's start again, shall we? It's never changing, is it? Brian in 1st, Brian Mechanic in 2nd, still being challenged by Cherry Bomb, who will get that 2nd off him, I think, in 3rd place. But Badman in 4th now. Captain Slow back to 5th, 6th for Motorstorm Hero, Bloomfield in 7th, Enzo in 8th, Jabber in 9th, Brownie in 10th, Big Mac in 11th, and Conrad in 12th. So this has really been so much going on in this race. It hasn't even settled, has it? And we're in lap 11 of 16, and this race has had so many incidents. Time our leader Brian pretty much has had it his own way since he's been out there in front. Seems to be settling down nicely, seems to not make too many mistakes. What he needs to do is do what Motorstorm Hero done in race 1 really, is to settle down, let the race come to him, or the end of it really, and just focus on the braking zones. It's a throttle input, and he should be good to the end. So Brian then in 1st, Cherry Bomb still in 2nd, Brian the Mechanic in 3rd. Now Conrad has now come up with the fastest lap. Where did he get that from? A 1:33.7. So not much faster, but it has now got the fastest lap from Motorstorm Hero. So Conrad, who's was in 13th, I think, has just got the fastest lap. So maybe now he's leaving it. It's a bit too late to pile on the pressure, but fastest lap at the moment. So it's him. Batman in 4th, Motorstorm in 5th. Field in 6th, Captain Slow in 7th, Enzo in 8th, coming up over the top now. So this is all settled down a little bit more now. Top 8, Jabber under pressure from Brownie. It's 9th and 10th. Of course, our other guy who would normally be here is Idle 4 Gaming, who's missed a couple of rounds. I think due to injury he may be out for a little while longer. So he was Brownie's teammate for the Falcon team. I'm not sure how long his absence is going to be, but we wish him the best anyway. Hopefully he'll be back very soon. There was a yellow flag there that I see. I'm not sure who that was. There's obviously someone ahead. Now, was it one of these guys Well, Motorstorm is under pressure from Benzo, possibly. Was it Motorstorm Hero again at turn 3? Because it's under a lot of pressure from Benzo. He did have a little spin Zaruni again, and Benzo is now putting pressure on behind him because Motorstorm is back to 7th and he was 6th, I believe. So maybe he did lose a place to Captain Slow, who's in 6th place. So still some swapping and changing going on up here in the top 7 cars. 8 if you include Benzo there. So we've got to be a little careful where we look here at the moment. All sorts of things. Then there's someone turned at turn 3 now. Who's that? At turn 1, sorry, I should say. Someone's facing the wrong way. Let's see if I can find who it is. It isn't Brian Moncani, surely, is it? No, it is not. I don't know who that was then. Maybe it was the Big Mac, was it? Let's have a look. Let's see if we can find it. He's got half a second penalty, so I can only assume. Yes, it was. So let's see what happened to the Big Mac there. It's going backwards at that point. What is that? Wow. Okay, well, he's on the exit of pit lane on the inside. How did he get there? Oh, we're going to find out now. We do the full turn. They're the usual at turn 1, and then parks it nicely up against the barrier. Very nicely indeed. And he just sits there, waits for all the traffic. You see the blue flags are flying. As he tried to move at this point, he gives it the full beans backwards. And then smashes in his rear quarter there, and now he can't get it going, and then he spins out behind Rod and back to 12th, and in fact it gets taken by some of the leaders as they all come through, so being lapped now with Big Mac, so perhaps he just fancied a bit of a breather in the end now. They all steam past Motorstorm and everybody else. Our leader Brian Moncani, Cherry Bomb in 2nd, Brian the Mechanic in 3rd, Bad Man in 4th, Bloomfield 5th, Captain Slow in 6th, Motorstorm in 7th. So still a lot of battling going on, and still got 3 or 2.5 laps to go, and we're still slow having a look up the inside of Brian the Mechanic, up the side of Bloomfield. The cars are so similar. Because they're teammates. Be why. Oh, and there's Bloomfield still holding it in 5th. Motorstorm through to 6th place past Captain Slow. So these 3 got to be careful up here. Motorstorm Hero now is attacking Bloomfield. Around the outside goes Motorstorm and into 5th place. So yet again he gets to 5th place. He's had a few attempts here. He's got to 5th place several times and then ends up going backwards because he's made a mistake, and that's going to be a definite penalty for Bloomfield there. Be a second. Well, I'm surprised he's not got something now, unless they classed it as being nudged out there. Captain Slow got one anyway. Bloomfield 7th, Benzo in 8th. So just been sitting there, hasn't he? Can't quite get himself latched onto those guys ahead of him. Been pretty steady, hasn't he? Brownie. Another one who's just taking it nice and easy round here. Knowing what the car's like and its back end. Jabba 10th, Conrad 11th, who still holds that fastest lap of 1:33.7 now. It's interesting with his fuel. It's a shame we can't see how much he's actually got in terms of laps left, but having said that, there's only a lap and a half left. So we should be alright, just he might have be very close though. Back in 12th. Let's have a look at the fuel situation actually, because Brian, as he's just about to start the final lap, must have just about enough to do one more. Cherry Bomb in 2nd. Everyone's going to be very, very low. They're all going to be flashing here. The fuel gauge is 2nd, and Cherry Bomb does appear to be closing in on Brian, but I think he Just a little too late there now for him. Brian the mechanic also third, and I mean they could well be fuel saving at this point, who knows, but it looks like they've got enough just to see him through to the end of this race. The bad man in fourth is okay. The Storm will definitely be flashing. How fast he quite low is flashing there. Maybe you see the photographers, the cameras through, and just hello to them. Acting slow also in sixth. Bloomfield, everyone's on the red here apart from a couple of them. Benzo's okay, Brown is okay, Jabbers in the red, Big Mac's okay, so quite a few. Look at this close up to the front now. Now Cherry Bomb, what can he do? As we come round to this final sector, and Brian McCartney, maybe he is fuel saving, you know. Maybe he's not got enough to last him. This could be Cherry Bomb's opportunity, although we haven't said that Cherry Bomb's fuel isn't great either, but Brian looks like he's got less now. Is he going to grab him at the end here, Cherry Bomb? This could be a fantastic finish here. If Cherry Bomb does get it, I think Brian McCartney's just about going to hang on to take victory here. He'll come through the final corner, and he will be close at the end there though, so Brian McCartney will get victory over Cherry Bomb in second. Congratulations to them too. Brian the mechanic will come in third. That'd be better for him after race one. Disaster. So third for him, well done to him. The bad man will get that fourth place. We'll be pleased with that. The bad man. Motorstorm hero. One of the most weird races I've ever seen from him, but he'll take fifth. He'll still probably lead the championship with that. Captain Slow in sixth, Brownie in seventh, Bloomfield in eighth, Bloomfield in ninth, Benzo in eighth. Conrad will come in 10th and get the fastest lap. Jabba in 11th, Big Mac in 12th. Now we did lose a car, didn't we? We had 13 cars to start with. I'm not too sure. Pablo retired halfway through that race as well, so Big Mac will finish in 12th place. That is your round 4 from League 2 at the Ultimate Racing League here at the Red Bull Ring in Austria. Join me again next time for, well, we've got a short trip actually to Switzerland to the Deep Forest Raceway. So see you there, catch you then, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.